Tips from the ER. You should get vaccinated. Yes, of course, you can still get COVID-19 even if you're vaccinated. The same way you can still get pregnant if you use birth control, and the same way you can still die from a car accident if you use a seatbelt. But that doesn't mean you're not going to use the birth control or the seatbelt. The vaccine is not a cure, motherfuckers. It is a layer of protection. Up to 95%. 95% is not 100%. They've been telling you this since day one. You can still get COVID-19 even if you're vaccinated. We didn't kill the virus. It's still very much there. But the vaccine helps protect you from developing severe symptoms from the virus, so you don't die. It also reduces the risk of you spreading the virus, so other people don't die. Did you think about that? Of course not, you selfish fuck. There are people around the world who would give up their left nut for a vaccine shot, and you're worried that it's some government scheme to microchip and track you? They're tracking you through your phones, motherfuckers! Get your vaccine shots! Tips from the ER. Stabbings. The first thing you're going to want to do if you've just been stabbed with a sharp object is to leave it the fuck alone. I don't care where it is. Chest, belly, face, you're going to fight against every sexual instinct you've ever had and never pull out. If you do, there's a high chance you're going to quickly bleed out to a slow, silent, painful death. Just don't touch it, because if it hurt like a bitch going in, it's going to hurt like a bitch coming out. Why would you do that to yourself twice without professional medical supervision? Try to keep it still, call 911, or get your ass to the ER yourself without moving it around too much. It'll be obvious why you shouldn't move it around, because it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, and you're gonna risk doing more damage to your body. That object is now the official body plug, keeping you alive. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, don't pull out. Tips from the ER. Vaping. Vaping is the healthiest way to deliver nicotine into your body. Sure. Did you know that way back in the day when cigarettes first came out, they were being advertised as healthy for you? Yeah, it was the easiest way to sell nicotine and make money. Doctors everywhere were going, got a headache? Smoke a cigarette. Stomachache? You should smoke a cigarette. Cough, sore throat? You should definitely smoke some cigarettes. It wasn't until 50 years later that people finally started to believe cigarettes could kill. And that's because by then, enough dead bodies had piled up for researchers to cut open and say, hey, look at that. They all died from the same thing. 50 years. Vaping is only 20 years old. Still a baby. Not enough dead bodies to provide any significant data. But I bet you in 30 years there will be, because that dead body is going to be yours. If you think inhaling anything but good quality air into your lungs is healthy for you, you are one dumb motherfucker. Tips from the ER. No eating. Are you upset with us because we said you can't eat anything? I'm so silly, I should have explained why. When you come into the ERs, we look for emergencies that need to be resolved. And sometimes they can only be resolved with surgery. And since we're not in some sadistic horror movie, we're gonna make sure you don't feel any cutting by knocking you unconscious with anesthesia. Anesthesia temporarily paralyzes your muscles so you have no reflexes. Crazy, right? Now imagine if you've just had some of your grandma's famous gumbo soup, but you need emergency surgery. That soup is gonna go to waste because it's gonna creep out of your stomach, up your throat, down your windpipe, and into your lungs. We all know that feeling when food goes down the wrong pipe, right? We have to cough like crazy to get it out of there. But except this time, you can't cough. Muscles are paralyzed. No reflexes, remember? What happens when you can't get food out of your lungs? You're gonna choke, and then you're gonna die. Now why would you want this to happen to you? We certainly don't. No eating in the ERs, motherfuckers. Tips from the ER. Urine samples. People, listen to me. When we asked you for a urine sample, we are not trying to get you in trouble. Our priority is not to send you to jail. Our priority is to make sure you don't die. We need to know what is in your system in order to take care of you. In particular, if you have abdominal pain, the test will tell us whether or not it is a UTI, which it probably is. Stop lying to us about what drugs you've taken. We could tell. How? Because this is our job. We see this shit every day, 24/7. If it's meth, we have to hydrate you. If it's cocaine, we have to make sure your heart doesn't explode. If it's THC, we will leave you the fuck alone. Maybe get you a snack. If we suspect that you are drunk and you tell us you've had one drink, we assume 3. You say 2, we say 6. We multiply by 3 because you motherfuckers are liars. It makes our job so much harder and it puts you at risk. Why do you hate yourself? Learn to work with us so we can get you the fuck out of the ER, which, trust me, is what we all want. Tips from the ER. Clogged ears. One of my favorite things to do in the ER. Unclog a clogged ear. Clogged ears are typically due to built up earwax or because you're using Q-tips to clean your ears. Stop using Q-tips to clean your fucking ears. You know who you are. It doesn't help and it only pushes the wax deeper. You want to save yourself a trip to the ER? Stop sticking things into your ear. I've seen some crazy stuff come out of your little head holes. Bugs, pencils, cotton, tissue paper. None more satisfying than a big chunk of smelly wax large enough to stick a wick in it and make it a candle. Honestly, I don't know why ERs haven't started this side business yet. Inner body orifice scented candles. Come buy one at your local ER. The proceeds will go to making a billboard telling motherfuckers to stop using Q-tips to clean your ears. Thank you. Tips from the ER. Burns, 2nd degree. It's what happens when you won't take your hand off the stove fast enough to go run it under cool water. Not ice cold water, cool water. Leave it under cool water for as long as you can. And don't listen to your crazy family members try to talk you into questionable home remedies like mayonnaise, mustard, and toothpaste. Just use cool water. If you don't quickly cool down a burned body part, that heat will travel into the 2nd layer of your skin, turning your 1st degree burn into a 2nd degree burn, making you slightly more fucked. You'll know it's a 2nd degree burn because it's gonna start to swell up and blister. But don't pop those blisters, motherfuckers! If you pop those blisters, that area is now an open wound, making it more easily infected and making you slightly more fucked. But if it's already popped, don't you worry. Clean it off with cool water, wrap it up in something loose that won't stick to it, and get your ass down to the ER. We'll make sure it's not that serious, get you some ointment, wrap you back up, and send you back into the wild. Tips from the ER. Fainting. If you start to feel dizzy or faint, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is sit the fuck down. Don't be a hero and try to walk it off, motherfuckers. You're not gonna get very far. Sit your ass down, bring your knees up to your chest, and your head down between your knees. This will help circulate blood into your brain, which is likely the reason you're fainting. Don't wait until you pass out standing up, hoping Prince Charming will come catch you. You're gonna crack your head on the floor and wake up naked in the ER. If you see someone faint, make sure they're breathing and that they're not injured. If possible, raise their legs up above their heart. We gotta get every last drop of blood in that body up to the brain. Once they start to wake, don't stand them up right away, motherfuckers. Just leave their bitch ass on the ground. If you sit them up too quickly, they're just gonna pass out again. If they don't wake up within the first minute or so though, it's time to call an ambulance. Tips from the ER. Burns, 1st degree. If you've just burned your hand touching something hot like a baking sheet, curling iron, or yourself, cause you're one sizzling hot motherfucker, fear not. The first thing you're gonna wanna do with a burned hand is run it under cool water. Not ice cold water, cool water. We gotta slowly cool down your hand, which means you're gonna leave it under cool water for longer than 5 minutes, people. Also stop putting unnecessary shit on your burns. Toothpaste, butter, soap, eggs, raw meat. Where'd you even learn this shit from? Are you trying to make things worse to come see us in the ER? Because you don't have to. 1st degree burns aren't typically life-threatening. Just depends on where it is and how big. For example, if you burned your entire fucking face or a large portion of your body because you were laying out in the sun too long without sunscreen, then maybe go seek medical help. But definitely always put on sunscreen. Tips from the ER. Seizures. Did you know a person can actually feel the moment right before they have a seizure? Oh yeah, they know it's coming, and there's nothing you, me, or anyone else can do to stop it. But what you motherfuckers can do is try to keep them safe. There are a couple types of seizures. Sometimes it's just a blank stare, like this. And sometimes it's a full body vibration that could include some kicking, swinging, and shaking. If that's the case, they're gonna fall to the ground. So catch them, motherfuckers, or they're gonna crack their head open. Once they're on the ground, clear everything around them so they don't hit anything, and protect their head. Don't let their face grind on the ground like that. There's no need to hold their body down or keep them from shaking. Just let it happen. It's fine. Once things calm down, turn them to their side so they don't choke on their own spit and wait for them to wake up. They're likely going to be super confused and not remember anything. So let them know they've just waken up in the year 2025. I'm kidding. Don't fuck with them assholes. Having a seizure isn't always an ER visit, but if you're unsure, tell Siri to call 911. Tips from the ER. Code Pink. If you've already been in the ER for 5 hours getting your finger sewn up because you had a little accident with a kitchen knife, be prepared to be there a little longer. If there's a code pink, we're locking this bitch down. No one's leaving because there's a baby missing. That's right, we couldn't get the slime off of it fast enough before somebody decided your baby was too cute not to take home. Code pink means someone stole a baby or the nurse accidentally gave it to the wrong mother. Either way, we can't find him and we're blaming everybody until the little poop monster shows back up. You can bet I'll be in the hallways looking at you, looking at me, looking for a baby. If you happen to see somebody holding a bundle of blankets with an umbilical cord hanging out of it, notify your nearest hospital personnel. If you happen to be holding a baby, you might get tackled. Even if that baby is yours, we can't take any chances. No hard feelings. Code pink! Tips from the ER. Choking baby. I know some of you can't stand the sound of a crying baby, but I personally love that noise. It tells me at the very least that baby is alive. If your baby is moving around and its eyes are open but it can't cough, breathe, or make any sounds, that's a sign that your baby might be choking. In which case you're going to want to drop whatever the fuck you're doing, tell Siri to call 911 while you get that no noise making baby face down on your forearm. Support its head with your hand, tilt that sucker down, and smack that baby between the shoulder blades 5 times with the heel of your other hand. Then turn it over, don't drop it. Use 2 fingers to rapidly thrust into the center of the chest another 5 times. Rotate these until whatever's choking your baby falls out. Don't be afraid to be a little rough with the thrusting. Your baby could take it. Don't believe me? Just remember this. If there's one thing worse than a bruised baby, it's a dead baby. Tips from the ER. Clothes off. If you ever come into the ERs, be prepared to show a little skin. We ask you to take your fucking clothes off for many reasons. Better for the doctors to assess you, easier for the nurses to get an IV, and we get to see how hairy you are. Don't worry, it's quarantine season. We won't judge. On the other hand, if you've ever been in a big accident and woke up in the ER, you'll notice that we took the pleasure of taking them off for you with big heavy-duty scissors. What can we say? We like to get you motherfuckers naked and fast. Can't waste time pulling them off you. Our goal is to keep you alive, and we don't want to miss an injury or a bleed hidden somewhere underneath your Sunday's finest. It's painful to have to cut off horseback riding gear, motorcycle gear, or a fancy suit. But hey, if it'll keep you alive, snip, snip. Tips from the ER. Thoughts of hurting yourself? If you come to the ER with thoughts of hurting yourself, the first thing we're gonna do, sit you down and take everything away from you. Phones, clothes, necklace, bracelets, anything you could possibly use to hurt yourself, including the bra. We take no chances, motherfucker. If you tell us you're gonna hurt yourself, we will totally believe you. We'll get you a gown, some socks, and someone to keep eyes on you at all times, which means no more private bathroom privileges. Eventually, a specialist will come down to evaluate you and decide if you're safe enough to go home or if you have to check in for a couple days. I won't lie to you, motherfuckers. You will be waiting in the ER a very long time, and you cannot leave unless we say you can. I know this all seems highly inhumane, but the worst case scenario is you go and kill yourself, and we will take every measure possible to prevent that from happening. Because better days are ahead, my friend. I know it's impossible to realize in the moment, but suicide really is a long-term solution to a short-term problem. Tips from the ER. Food poisoning. Some of you have never had to cry, shit, and vomit at the same time, and it shows. Motherfuckers are out here eating warm potato salad and mystery taco meat like it can't kill ya. If you've ever had food poisoning, you know the pain of staying up all night, dry heaving air and shitting water until your ass is on fire. Hopefully you spent a little bit more money for that triple ply Charmin, motherfuckers, because it's gonna burn. Food poisoning sucks, and the only thing you can really do is wait it out. Literally, wait for it to come out of you. Your body will shit, piss, vomit, do whatever it can to push out that dirty piece of meat you put inside of you. But all that pushing will lead to dehydration, so make sure to drink small sips of water between all that crying and pooping. Get some rest, and when you're ready to eat again, start with bland foods like rice, crackers, and toast. If you can't keep anything down and the dehydration gets to a point where you feel like you're one teardrop away from death, you can come on down to the ER. We'll get you an IV and hydrate you through a vein to give your poor tummy a little break.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Do not give a fuck about what other people think of you. The sooner you figure out what you like, the sooner you get to live the life that you are supposed to live. Fuck the rest of them. Fuck them. Tips from the ER. Chest pains. If you are 35 or younger and you are experiencing chest pains, it's most likely not a heart attack. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. If you smoke a pack of cigarettes every day starting at 18, yeah, you'll probably have a heart attack, motherfucker. But if this isn't you, because you're a smart motherfucker, then it's more likely one of these 3 things. Number 1, stress and anxiety, which is easy to understand given the fucked up year we've had. Reason number 2, you pull the muscle. It needs rest, maybe some ice. And my favorite, reason number 3, you smoke too much weed. Lay off the ganja, it's freaking you out. If you've had chest pains from any one of these 3 things, comment below. Tell me I'm right, it wasn't a heart attack. If you've had a heart attack before 35, that's wild. Comment below, let's learn about it. Tips from the ER. Code blue. Ah, yes. If your daily caffeine intake hasn't woken you up yet, a code blue certainly will. If you ever hear this over the loudspeakers of a hospital, it means someone somewhere has either stopped breathing or their heart stopped working. Hopefully it isn't you. But if it is, don't you worry. A team of doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists, and whoever else can get their pants on will rush to come find you and bring you back to life. And just like the TV shows, they will run, and fast. So if anyone's in the hallways, get out of the way. Hearing code blue in the hallways is like hearing sirens on the streets. Pull to the motherfucking right! I have no idea why they call it a code blue. If I had to guess, it might be because the person turns blue when they stop breathing or when they're dead. Wouldn't want that to be you. Code blue! Tips from the ER. Why is it so cold? No, we cannot change the temperature of the ER just for you, princess. We have to keep it cold in order to preserve your dead body when we can't save you. It also helps prevent the growth of bacteria from infecting you, like leftovers in a fridge. A cold temperature is an overall better environment for the hospital. It prevents moisture, condensation, and most importantly, keeps the hospital staff from overheating. Unlike you sitting on that bed with your half-naked ass hanging out of your gown, we are constantly running around, sweating through our scrubs, masks, gowns, gloves, caps, and booties. It's also much easier to warm you up than it is to cool you down. If you're ever feeling a little chilly, don't be afraid to ask for some warm blankets. Every ER I've ever worked at has them, and you can ask for as many as you want, motherfuckers. As long as you promise to ask for them all at once so we're not walking back and forth. We'd really appreciate it. Tips from the ER. Saline. It has come to my attention that some of you motherfuckers have no idea what the fuck saline is, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Saline is one of the most common household items in the hospital, right next to gloves, needles, and my will to live. I've about had it with all of you. But saline is just water with a little bit of salt, usually just 0.9%. That's right, motherfuckers, less than 1% of that bitch is salt. The rest is just water. Here in the ER, we use saline to clean out your wounds. It doesn't sting or burn because it's just water with a little bit of salt. Saline can also be used to hydrate you, but through a vein using an IV. It doesn't go into your stomach. Please do not drink salt water. If you're out and about with your friends and you is a thirsty bitch, regular water would do just fine. Tips from the ER. Cover your nose. Did you know that the nasal COVID swab is nearly 100% effective in detecting COVID? That's because those fuckers live up there. What do you people not understand? What's your thought process? Half protection is better than no protection? 'Cause you would be wrong, motherfucker. That's like a cop asking for a bulletproof vest, but only from the belly down. If I put the vest around my chest, my lungs can't expand and it makes it hard for me to breathe. Just protect my belly. Sure, you won't die from getting shot in the stomach, but a bullet to the chest certainly can kill you. But hey, I get it. If you think being told to cover your nose somehow infringes on your rights as a human being, then fuck it. Take the mask off. It's your choice, and I'm pro-choice. But remember, this virus can easily infect and kill those around you even if you feel fine. So how about for once in your life, you think about someone other than yourself? Put the damn mask on. Tips from the ER. Code black. But Dr. Burke, what do you mean there's a live bomb inside that living man's chest? That's never happened in the history of hospital histories. Leave it to a medical TV show to put a bomb inside a person inside a hospital. If you hear code black, it means it's time to pick your motherfucking ass up and evacuate. There's a bomb in the building, and you don't want to be there when it goes kaboom. It's probably one of the worst things that could happen to a hospital, right next to being crushed by a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic while running out of masks, gowns, and beds to take care of patients. Even if you didn't know what it means, hearing code black can easily put someone on edge. If we're trying to use codes to prevent panic amongst patients, might I suggest we change bomb threat to code bubbles? There's a bomb, code bubbles. Tips from the ER. Q-tips. Warning, do not insert swab into ear canal. Entering the ear canal could cause injury. Wow, right on the box. Let's turn it around for a variety of uses. Around the eye, that cut on your finger, your disgusting toes, or your electronics. Nowhere on this box do you see your ear. That's because you shouldn't be sticking Q-tips into your ear to clean out earwax. You wouldn't stick a giant Q-tip up your butt to clean the poop off the inner linings of your colon. You'd wait for the poop to come out and wipe the surface. Much the same way you should be doing with your ear. I don't care how badly you want that eargasm. Stop masturbating inside your ear, you horny, lonely motherfuckers. Find someone to help you with an old-fashioned orgasm so you can stop sticking Q-tips into your ears. Tips from the ER. COVID. Again. That's right, motherfuckers. It's happening. Again. ERs across the country are being overrun with COVID patients because you fucks won't get vaccinated. COVID patients are on the rise, and if this keeps up, healthcare providers are gonna have to start avoiding their families again. Last year, doctors and nurses were having to sleep outside in their own backyards to avoid giving COVID to their kids. They were having FaceTime, Zoom dinners from a tent outside to protect their children because kids can't get vaccinated. You wanna know who can get vaccinated? You. You, motherfucker. You can end all this bullshit. Because if this keeps up and this country may or may not have to shut down again, I swear to God, I will eat my fucking shoe. Go get vaccinated. Tips from the ER. We don't know what's wrong. That's right, after all the poking, prodding, touching, and undressing, your scans, your blood work, and your labs came back, and we can finally tell you that we have not one motherfucking clue why you are in pain. You think you'd be happy to hear that nothing's wrong with you, but you motherfuckers hate that answer. You'd rather be told you were dying. At least that would justify why you stressed out, rushed to the ER, and spent 6 hours at the hospital. Instead, you got handed the biggest set of blue balls the ER has to offer. Sometimes all you needed was a day off, ibuprofen, rest, and a better diet. If something hurts to move, stop moving it. Hurts to move your arm? Stop fucking moving your arm. Learn some physical therapy. You'd be surprised how many people have no idea how to use their own bodies. Anyways, thanks for coming to see us. That'll be $2,000. Tips from the ER. COVID-19, Delta variant. If you ever wanted to ruin an airline's chances of recovering from a financially crippling pandemic, just name a present-day killer virus after them. The COVID-19 Delta variant is officially here, it's stronger than ever, and it's spreading quicker than an STD in a frat house. All you crybabies who don't want to put the mask back on because you think your faces are too pretty to be covered up are really making me want to throw up. And apparently only 50% of the country is fully vaccinated. If this was a graded exam, that would be an F. F for fucking failure. Luckily for those who are fully vaccinated, the Delta variant doesn't seem to want to kill you. Shocking! For the rest of you motherfuckers who are still unvaccinated, good luck in hell. Tips from the ER. Fake seizures. Ah, yes. Usually a patient's last-ditch effort to keep themselves in the ER. Likely because we just told them we are done with their treatment and now they get to go to jail. That's when they drop to the ground and flop like a fish. Get off the floor, Richard. The officers are waiting. But some of you won't even put in that effort. You'll just go limp. That's when we take your hand, put it over your head, and drop it. If it smacks you in the face, alright, we believe you. You're unconscious. But most of the time, your hand will magically fall to the side and avoid your face. That's when we know, you's a liar, motherfucker. With real seizures, you won't care what starts hitting you. To prevent injuries from real seizures in the ER, we have what's called seizure pads that we strap onto the side rails to keep you from breaking your face or bruising your shins. Every ER I've worked at, we can never find the seizure pads when we need them, so we end up wrapping the rails with blankets and taping it together. It's quite ghetto, but it gets the job done. Welcome to the ER. My name is Ben. How can I help you? My husband here slept with someone and gave me an STD. Honey, I told you, I'm not sleeping with anyone else. You shut up, you lying son of a bitch! How else do you explain what's going on? And what is going on? It's very painful down there for me, and it hurts when I pee. That doesn't mean I gave you an STD! I said shut up! Hey, guys, look, we're gonna figure this out, okay? But I need you to stop yelling. We're gonna run some tests. I'll be right back. Okay, ma'am, your test results are back. Good news is, there's no infection. You just have a bit of cervicitis. I knew it! Wait till I tell your mother. I want him tested too. Ma'am, cervicitis is inflammation of the cervix. Okay? I'm positive your husband doesn't have it. How do you know? You haven't even examined him yet. I don't have to, sir. You don't have a cervix. Dude, I don't know what that is, but while I'm here, do you think I could just get tested? Tips from the ER. 9 million followers. It's been 8 months of tips from the ER, and here we are with 9 million followers. That's more followers than Paraguay has people. If we went to war with Bulgaria, we could win. We've been through so much these past 8 months, motherfuckers, and I am sad to say that it is finally coming to an end. I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting lately, and it breaks my heart to have to say this, but we will no longer be doing tips from the ER, for many reasons. The first being that I'm just fucking kidding. We're never gonna stop, motherfuckers. Comment below, tell me your favorite thing I've ever said. I'll put it on a shirt and get it to you by Christmas. Thank you for 9 million, I love you all, and let's keep going. Tips from the ER. boxer's fracture. There is a bone in your hand that consistently gets broken whenever you punch something hard enough. That's this little bone right here, right below your pinky knuckle, aka your 5th fucking metatarsal. It's called a boxer's fracture, most likely because you were boxing. We see this injury all the time, but it's rarely because you were punching another person. You were more likely punching a wall. Something made you so damn angry you decided to use your fist to try to break a wall, but that wall ended up breaking your fist. And now you're here, motherfuckers, in the ER, sitting with regrets, getting an x-ray to see just how bad it is. Luckily for you, we have a very specific splint to heal just this type of injury. It's called an ulnar gutter. We take your 2 fingers, move it down just like that, wrap it around in place so it looks like you're walking around with a cobra for a couple weeks. We then kindly ask you the next time you're having an episode of rage to slowly count to 10. And if you still feel the need to hit that wall, use your other hand. Tips from the ER. Baby doctors. July is a very special time in the hospital. It's when the newly graduated baby doctors, who have just spent the last 4 years reading about how to save your life in medical school, finally enter the hospital to actually try to save your life. It's also known in the UK as the killing season. Cross your fingers. Just like Meredith in the first season of Grey's Anatomy, these intern baby-faced assassins are bound to fuck up, and we will forgive them. A couple mistakes here and there will be worth it if they grow up to be good doctors. Hopefully those mistakes don't accidentally cost you your life. But don't you worry, motherfuckers. The ER is well aware of July and will be on high alert, double-checking all medication orders and handing out helpful suggestions that'll nudge these young, wide-eyed, hopeful grasshoppers in the right direction. We all have faith that they will figure it out one day, but that day is not today. So buckle up, look alive, and send a prayer, because it's July. Here come the baby doctors. Tips from the ER. Trauma shears. Have you ever woken up butt naked in the ER and wondered what the fuck happened to all my clothes? Well, if you've ever been in a traumatic accident and your unconscious body ends up in the ER, we're gonna waste absolutely no time cutting your clothes off with trauma shears. We gotta see what's underneath those clothes to save you. Gunshot wounds, broken bones, hairy nipples, we wanna see it all, motherfuckers. And we're gonna do it using these babies. They can cut through belts, leathers, denims, thin metals, or whatever else you Fashion Nova connoisseurs are wearing these days. Specifically designed to cut through clothes and not skin. Because we don't give a damn what you're wearing. If we want it off, we're gonna take it off. Tips from the ER. Restraints. We here in the ER are happy to help you stay in bed if you can't do it yourself. Whether you're aggressively drunk, methed out, or just plain annoying, we're gonna tie you down. I told you to stop walking up to the nursing station. We will come to you. Restraints are what we use when we've had it with your physical activity. We call our trusty security guards, everyone grabs a limb, and we strap you to the bed. Depending on how naughty you are, we can tie just your wrist or include your ankles. Kinky motherfuckers, aren't you? Try spitting on us and we're gonna take care of that too, by putting a spit bag over your head and hoping you don't throw up. Can't have you drowning in your own vomit. That'd be bad. I've had to tackle patients and I've had patients tackle me. You may get one good swing in, but after that, rest assured, we're gonna swarm you faster than a Best Buy on Black Friday. Tips from the ER. How much do you weigh? I know you're uncomfortable talking about your weight. You're still working on burning off that last layer of COVID fat you built up sitting on your couch eating Taco Bell during quarantine. But if you check into the ER, we will ask you for your weight. Sometimes we just need an estimate. Other times, we need it to be very accurate. For example, if you're having a stroke, we will need an accurate weight to get you the right amount of medication to save your life. If you can't speak or stand on a scale because you're currently stroking out, don't you worry, motherfuckers. The ER has beds with scales built into them, so all you have to do is lay there and stroke in peace. But mostly, we will just need an estimate. Just in case you start to act up, we know how much medication to tranquilize you with. Just kidding, motherfuckers. We don't need to wait for that. Everyone gets the maximum dose, because this is the ER, and we don't have time to fuck around. So if you'd be so kind, please tell us. How much do you weigh? Tips from the ER. HIPAA. Or the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, but nobody calls it that. Ask any healthcare worker, they'd be lucky to get 3 out of 5 of those words. HIPAA is the reason we can't tell anybody about your naughty healthcare business without your knowledge or consent. If you accidentally get a condom stuck in you cheating on your wife or husband, don't you worry, your secret's safe with us. We're not going to tell them anything without your permission because of HIPAA. We will talk about it in the break room though, but we won't post it on social media. If your loved one was in an accident and you call the ER to check up on them, we're not going to tell you a damn thing over the phone because we have no fucking clue if you are who you say you are. We might tell you whether or not they're dying, but besides that, our lips are sealed. Don't be mad at us. Be mad at HIPAA. It's a reason so many healthcare workers get fired. You really want to know the craziest thing I've ever seen in the ER? I can't tell you, motherfuckers, because of HIPAA. You're just gonna have to wait till I get fired, which at this rate seems pretty soon. Tips from the ER. You're drunk. If you're drunk and you get into a potentially life-threatening accident, but you have no health insurance, there's gonna be very little you can fucking say or do to stop us from treating you. Even if you manage to say, I don't want your help, we're gonna assume you can't safely speak for yourself because it has been determined that you are too intoxicated, motherfucker. You are now a danger to yourself and potentially others, and we can't have anyone dying on our conscience. Especially if you had a head injury. We gotta get you a head CT. Make sure you're not bleeding under that skull of yours. I know you need to pee. You've had a lot to drink, but we gotta get the scan first. So don't pee on yourself, or you're gonna be sitting in it. It's gonna suck having to pay for a financially crippling medical bill along with your DUI, but hey, at least you won't be dead. Don't be mad at us, motherfuckers. We just want you to live! Tips from the ER. Nosebleeds. There are a few reasons why you might be bleeding out of your smell holes. Either your nose is super dry, you just got hit in the face, or you forgot to cut your nails before you went digging. Your mama told you it was a disgusting habit. Now look at ya. More blood on you than a used maxi pad. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is pinch that nose shut, lean your head forward, and breathe through your mouth, like this. Hold that position, motherfuckers, for as long as you can. If you tilt your head back or lay down, you're gonna start drinking your own blood. Some of you sick fucks may be into it, but I promise you, your stomach is gonna disagree. A nosebleed isn't typically an ER visit, but if it's out of control, you can come by and we can blow a little balloon into your nose to keep the blood from escaping, or we can burn that nose shut. Whatever it takes to keep that blood inside your head. Tips from the ER. Gunshot wounds, or as we like to call it, GSW. If you've just been shot by a bullet, relax. Depending on where it is and how fast you can get to the ER, you have a decent chance of surviving this. If you've just been shot in the arms or legs, nice. You'll probably make it. Stop the bleeding by holding pressure and get your ass to an ER, motherfuckers. If you've just been shot in the face, you're pretty fucked. Anywhere above the neck, really. Getting shot somewhere between the chest and the stomach gets a little complicated. There's a lot going on there. Check to make sure the bullet didn't go through and through, because if it did, you're going to want to stop the bleeding from the front and the back. It's one of the first things we do. Rip off your clothes and make sure there's an entry and exit wound. No use trying to stop a leak on one side if you're dripping out just as much on the other. We'll get you an IV, get you some saline, maybe a blood transfusion to keep your body pumping, and wish you the best of luck in surgery. You'll probably need it. Tips from the ER. Heat versus ice. If you have just suddenly sprained or fractured a part of your body, do not put fucking heat on it. Heat will cause more blood to flow to the injured area, increasing swelling and increasing your fucking pain. For a sudden fracture or sprain, use ice. Ice will decrease the pain and swelling by forcing blood to flow away from the injured area. Repeat after me. Heat make blood come to, ice make blood go away. Ready? Heat make blood come to, ice make blood go away. There you go, motherfuckers. Heat is typically saved for chronic or nagging pain that just won't go away like an ache. Use ice for sharp pains or whenever your muscles get put under a lot of stress like a physical activity. But never put ice directly on your skin, motherfuckers, or you're gonna get a frostbite trying to heal that broken ankle. Another good rule to remember, always wrap it up before you use it. Tips from the ER. Baby boo-boos. It's a joyous moment when your baby starts walking. You've been waiting for this day since you saw little Becky come out between those legs. And now look at her go. Touching, licking, tasting everything she can get her miniature little hands on. But a walking baby also means they're 1,000 times more likely to hurt themselves. Whether they split their chin open on a coffee table, break an arm jumping off the couch, or slice their face in two running into the TV stand. You gotta watch them like a hawk, motherfuckers. If not, you're gonna end up in the ER holding that screaming baby down while we try to close up whatever open cut is currently occupying your mini-me's cute little face. And when I say hold, I mean really hold. It may take 2 to 3 of us to keep him still, but we gotta make sure your baby doesn't move an inch or we're not going anywhere near that injury. If this seems cruel and makes you uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to wait outside, because the last resort would be to tranquilize him with a special medication called ketamine, aka horse tranquilizer. If it'll work on a horse, it'll work on a baby. Tips from the ER. Oxygen. When you come into the ERs, we like to measure how much oxygen is in your body. We measure this by percentage, and the hope is that you are 95% and above. Anything close to an A minus, and you're gonna get some oxygen, motherfucker. We're kind of like Asian parents when it comes to this stuff. If it's not an A, you best believe we're gonna do something to make it an A. Thanks to COVID-19, a lot of you have been coming in way below 90, and we can't get enough oxygen in you to save your life. We gotta call the respiratory therapist to bring down their fancy equipment that shoots oxygen up your nose with the power of a leaf blower. This is called high flow O2. We gotta get lots in ya and fast, or your brain's gonna stop working. If you can imagine, this uses a lot of oxygen, and it's happening so frequently these days that I can't believe I'm about to say this, hospitals are running out of oxygen. That's right, motherfuckers. I didn't think it was possible either, but you refused to stay at home and isolate. You wanted your freedom. You said, give me liberty or give me death, and by all means, you're gonna get one. Tips from the ER. Fingers. If you accidentally slice off a piece of your finger because you weren't paying attention to where the avocado was, make sure to bring that piece of finger with you to the emergency room. Hopefully it's big enough so we can sew it back together, because if it's too small, there won't be enough meat and space to sew. If you're gonna slice off a piece of your finger, make sure it's a nice big chunk. Giving us just the tip really isn't worth our time, motherfuckers. If we can't get it back on, we're gonna have to sew that finger shut. Whatever bone is sticking out of your hand will likely be useless and in the way. So we're gonna take some pliers and break it off. Then we're gonna take the two skin ends of your fingers, push them together, and sew it back better than a Chinese kid in a Nike factory. As for the piece that came off, you can either take it with you, throw it away, or give it to me, and I'll add it to my home collection. Tips from the ER. Bloody taste. We've all been there as a child. You cut your hand or your finger open doing God knows what, you start to bleed, and your first instinct is to put it in your mouth and suck it. Some of you still have this dirty habit, but we won't judge. If you've ever tasted blood, either your own, someone else's, or a wild animal's, you'll notice that it has a weird taste to it. Kind of like licking a metal pole. But why does your blood taste like metal? I'll tell you why, motherfuckers. It's because it contains lots of iron. Not enough to make you a Marvel superhero, but you're definitely closer to being Tony Stark than any other Avenger. He's the best one anyways. The iron in your blood helps move oxygen throughout your body, so that when you breathe in all that delicious O2, it's not just stuck in your lungs. Think of your iron as like the Uber drivers, and the oxygens are the passengers, waiting to get picked up to go to work. Tips from the ER. Kidney stones. If you've ever felt the pain from a kidney stone, God bless you. Those things can hurt more than getting kicked in the nuts with a steel-toed boot. A kidney stone is basically a sharp rock trying to push its way through a tiny tube in your body. Think of it like a Rubik's Cube trying to push its way through a garden hose. The stone forms when your urine is too thick with crap. One way to prevent this is to dilute your urine by drinking more water. It's always good to hydrate, motherfuckers. If you come into the ER, the first thing we have to do is scan around your kidneys to make sure it's a stone. If it's small enough and you're still functioning properly, we send you home with a strainer and wait for you to pee it out. Make sure to catch it and send it back to us. We want to see it. If it's too big or the pain is unbearable, you got options, motherfuckers. Number 1, pulverize it from the outside using a strong sound wave to break up the stone. 2, stick a small telescope up your urethra to scoop it out. Or 3, cut you open and surgically remove it. Tips from the ER. The Q word. Medical workers in the ER are very superstitious and are most triggered by the Q word. If you come into the ER and it's a little eerie because we have no patients and everyone is calmly sitting, don't you dare comment on it. Specifically, don't say the Q word! Ask anyone in the ER and they'll tell you it's a proven fact that saying the Q word is a green light for anarchy and disorder to descend upon the ER and wreak havoc. It's gonna get busy and it's gonna be your fault. Don't believe me? Get this. Someone said the Q word once and I saw 5 ambulances, 10 patients, and a tsunami show up to the emergency room. Facts. So next time you're in the ER, if you don't want us to hate you, don't say it's quiet. Motherfucker. Tips from the ER. No eating. Are you upset with us because we said you can't eat anything? I'm so silly, I should have explained why. When you come into the ERs, we look for emergencies that need to be resolved. And sometimes they can only be resolved with surgery. And since we're not in some sadistic horror movie, we're gonna make sure you don't feel any cutting by knocking you unconscious with anesthesia. Anesthesia temporarily paralyzes your muscles so you have no reflexes. Crazy, right? Now imagine if you've just had some of your grandma's famous gumbo soup, but you need emergency surgery. That soup is gonna go to waste because it's gonna creep out of your stomach, up your throat, down your windpipe, and into your lungs. We all know that feeling when food goes down the wrong pipe, right? We have to cough like crazy to get it out of there. But except this time, you can't cough. Muscles are paralyzed. No reflexes, remember? What happens when you can't get food out of your lungs? You're gonna choke, and then you're gonna die. Now, why would you want this to happen to you? We certainly don't. No eating in the ERs, motherfuckers. Tips from the ER. Pregnant? Giving birth sucks. I can't speak from personal experience, but from what I've heard, could be worse than getting kicked in the nuts. If you come into the ER with a problem involving your unborn child, the first thing we're gonna do is ask you, how many weeks pregnant are you? If it's anything more than, say, 20 weeks, we're not even gonna check you in. That's a 2-for-1 special we want nothing to do with. And you should want nothing to do with us. We're gonna take you straight back to labor and delivery. God forbid lightning strikes twice in one place and you have to give birth in the ER, we're all gonna be shitting our pants. Don't get me wrong, the ER is somewhat trained and we do have the equipment to take care of a newborn baby, but it's definitely not something we do enough to feel like we should be your absolute first choice. But if you do need to give birth in the ER or you're having a medical emergency while pregnant, don't you worry, motherfucker. We're gonna call someone from labor and delivery to hurry the fuck down and tell them that if anyone gets in their way, to kick them in the nuts. Tips from the ER. COVID vaccine reactions. Yes, there are some adverse reactions to the COVID vaccine. I myself did not get any, but I do know some friends and coworkers who got fevers, chills, and overall felt like complete fucking shit. But they all survived. And they all stayed at home. Some things just aren't worth the ER visit, motherfuckers. If your arm that they shot the vaccine in hurts the next couple days, it's probably because they shot your arm with the fucking vaccine. You're likely not dying, and you definitely don't need to come to the ER. If you're feeling a little achy and fatigued after the vaccine, that's also likely okay. Just means the vaccine's working. It's getting your body ready for the real fight, which is happening right now. The sooner we all get vaccinated, the sooner we can all get back to rubbing our sweaty, drunken bodies against each other at a concert, listening to coked out rock bands tell us about our feelings while we hug, kiss, and make out with complete strangers. I miss the good old days. If you've ever died from the COVID vaccine, comment below. Let's hear about it. Tips from the ER. Trauma. If you ever get to see the inside of a trauma room, chances are you're pretty fucked up. We reserve that space for our most critical patients, which means you're likely closer to dying than anyone else in the ER. A trauma is a sudden physical injury that requires immediate medical attention. Maybe you crashed your bike, got a couple bullets in you, or you went flying out your car because you didn't have your seatbelt on, motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. Thank you for keeping us employed. Whatever the case may be, there will be a large team of medical professionals waiting on the edge of their seats to put you back together. There's going to be a lot going on. People are talking over each other. We're cutting your clothes off, getting an IV in one arm, blood pressure in the other, if it's still there, and then we're going to push, pull, flip you, and reverse you. Make sure you're not bleeding out from your back, your spine isn't broken, all while keeping your head and neck completely still. We're going to get you a CT scan, some x-rays, and then, most importantly, some warm blankets. Can't leave you cold and naked on that bed with your hoo-ha hanging out for all those people to see. You may not even be awake to care, but we care, motherfuckers. We love you. Emergency room, my name is Ben. How can I help you? Oh, Ben? Hey, is the charge nurse there? Rich? Where are you? Why are you at work? Yeah, I'm feeling pretty sick. I don't think I'm gonna be able to come in today. Dude, shut up. I just saw you yesterday. And I developed a fever this morning. Now put the charge nurse on. She's busy, and we all know you're not sick. You're calling out because it's the full moon today. That is a perfectly good reason not to want to come into work. My worst days in the ERs are because of full moons. It's not even that bad in here right now. Really? Yeah. Ben, I need help! 5 ambulances just showed up. Bed 1 and 3's heart stopped working, and a headless couple in the lobby is asking for a private room! We don't have any more private rooms. Tell them to wait. They're bleeding everywhere! Get a tourniquet on their necks and tell them to wait! Are you doing one-handed CPR on that patient? One hand is all I have right now, Austin! What's all that noise? The charge nurse is ordering us pizza. Hurry up, you're gonna miss it. Ooh, tell them to get barbecue chicken. Of course. Hurry up. Okay, I guess I'll be there in 30 minutes. Cool, bye. Somebody get me a crash cart! Never working a full moon again. Hello, welcome to the ER. How can I help you? My tampon is stuck. How long has it been stuck? It's been about a week. A week? Why did you decide to come today? It started to smell. Huh. And it really hurt after me and my boyfriend had sex. You don't say.